So we often forget about our foot and how mobility in our foot is actually really important, and it affects our balance. So a few exercises that you can do to work on the mobility of your feet. One is interlacing your fingers with your toes. So like I interlace my fingers together, I can do the same with my toes, and you might not be able to get them in super deep when you first start doing this. So I've interlaced my fingers, and then I'm actually going to use that and do circles with my forefoot. So I'm just getting that forefoot to rotate, and I might do like 5 in one direction and then 5 in the opposite direction. So the other thing to consider when doing this is where you interlace your fingers. Like you might, I went thumb on top of the big toe. I might go thumb between. That way I can target the baby toe. So that's what that difference would make, is it's getting a little bit more mobility targeting into the last couple of digits versus the big toe when I interlace here. And I actually do feel a difference in stretch when I do that. So I would do 5 circles forward, 5 circles backwards. Then we want to think about how we would stretch the toes, just like we think of stretching our fingers. So getting some extension as well as flexion, and doing that to each individual toe, so working your way across. And then the other thing that you can do to help create a little bit of mobility in the toes, and just like you could do it to your hands, is giving each individual phalange a little bit of a twist. So in the toe we've got 2, so we're just kind of, as if you were turning a lid, just kind of twisting it side to side, and then going to the next joint and twisting it. So just trying to mobilize those toes. There's not going to be a lot of movement, but when we're experiencing a lot of stiffness, and if you're someone who really grips the ground with your toes, that is a sign of trying to grab the floor for balance. So if you're not looking at your feet and you're wearing shoes all day long, you don't see how your toes are curling in your shoes, or maybe you can't feel how your toes are curling on your shoes. So this is a way that we can stretch out those tight ligaments and muscles in our feet just to be able to regain that mobility. It also doesn't help just to give your foot a massage, so massaging the arch of the foot, up through the middle, trying to create the arch of the foot a little bit, especially if you have a flat foot. That's super helpful. And of course you want to do this for both feet.